train doctors, I train students, and a common worry is them going into practice, them not being ready, them not knowing what to do. And I will tell you that 50% of offices fail within 5 years. And I will tell you that 86% of businesses never make over $100,000 in a year. So I want to go over the 5 things that are likely hindering your ability to grow your practice or grow your business, because they're just business principles. And if we talk about those, bring those to light, you will be able to move effectively through the world, not only with a better belief, but being able to impact people's lives more positively and impacting your own positively through income generation is just freedom and options. It's not the end goal. It is just the thing that gives us freedom and options. So if you are able to deliver a valuable service way beyond what you are charging, then there'll be no shortage of success, and patients will win as well. And that's how we raise the tide. That's how patients get better, we get better, healthcare gets better. If we want to revolutionize everything, then it takes us holding a higher standard of how we show up in business. The first one I want to talk about is you've made your practice about pain. And if you are thinking that you're starting a chiropractic practice and just dealing with pain, you are very, very lost. Chiropractic wasn't even invented to fix pain. And if we all remember the story, D.D. Palmer gave the first adjustment to Harvey Lillard. Harvey Lillard was a janitor that bent over, felt a pop in his upper back, and he went deaf. D.D. Palmer had a hypothesis. And then he created, or coined, he didn't create, he coined the first term chiropractic adjustment. He moved a singular bone a specific way at a specific time, and it restored someone's hearing. So chiropractic was not meant to help pain go away. It was meant to help sick people get well. And if you're not asking the questions on why is this person really in my office? They're not in your office because they have back pain. That is a motivator. Motivators, like pain, are weak because they come and go. They're accustomed to inflammation, they're accustomed to stress, they're accustomed to habits, as opposed to, no. When my low back is bad, I can't play with my kids. And when I can't play with my kids, I don't feel like a good dad. I don't feel like I'm present. I feel like kind of ashamed of who I am. Not able to make the money I want because I can't even sit or drive or make the sale or be in the room because everything is distracted and cloudy. I'm not saying to be their therapist, but ask these questions because they're in your office for a specific reason, and it's an emotional reason. So the logic reason is the pain. It's a motivator. Asking those questions, diving deep. Insurance inclusion was likely one of the things that boxed us in. Insurance is, it's interesting because patients talk about, oh yeah, chiropractic is covered by insurance, right? That's pretty new. It's actually not new at all. And I would even suggest don't go to chiropractors that take insurance. Don't go to practitioners that take insurance. You're going to get better quality if you pay out of pocket, because they fall in the habit of this. Not everybody, but most, because the system is built this way. When people opt in for insurance, you treat the insurance, not the patient. You're working for getting reimbursed as opposed to going for outcomes. And if a doctor is focused on outcomes, there's going to be no shortage of referrals. And guess what? If you're getting outcomes, you don't have happy customers. You have raving fans. Tony Robbins says, raving fans are what build businesses. It's not happy customers. Happy customers get what they expect. And getting what you expect, there's no gratitude. So when I get above and beyond what I can even imagine, expect, it's transformational. That is what's going to create a raving fan, and they will be happy to tell 10 of their friends, and they will tell 10 of their friends, but it's the consistency of doing that. And we rewind. 1970s, insurance inclusion happened. But they didn't really know how to deal with chiropractic because they weren't really treating anything. They were helping sick people get well. That's what they were examining. How does someone live better? Not how does someone get over the flu or the cold or chickenpox or back pain, whatever it was. Those were things that were helped by balanced nervous system. I'm not saying not to be specific. You want to be system and symptom specific, but not be hooked on it like a cookie cutter. But if I'm only focused on a specific condition, and we can even reel it back a little bit more. What's a diagnosis? A diagnosis is a bunch of symptoms that we've observed with data, with numbers, with advanced imaging, with physical exams, and we threw a name on it. That's it. So when we start to break it down even more, it's a lack of expression in the body. It's a lack of ease, as opposed to dis-ease, lack of ease, lack of homeostasis. Someone is unwell. In the 70s, they had to box us in somehow, so they presented it as pain. And then when you have a profession that is now getting more and more reliant on a system that is fixated on symptom treating and marginalizes it. You get centrally focused into something that it is not, as opposed to what is it? It's helping people get well. When we're looking at a practice, not only being system oriented, symptom aware, but not hooked on, I'm going to fix this thing, because you can have a TMJ problem coming from L5. You can have migraines coming from T6. You can have temporal headaches coming from T12. And this isn't Merrick system. This is actual backed clinical cases along with extrapolated hundreds of years of data that we have, because we've had doctors collecting this data and teaching it in seminars for a long time. So when you just go find the information and then you're able to apply the art correctly, you can help sick people get well, and then you will have raving fans. So number one, don't make it about pain. It's an emotional driver, and you got to get really, really clear on what you're helping them with, but you're not their therapist. Get them to open up, realize it's an emotional problem, realize that they have a motivator way beyond pain, because pain leaves very, very quickly. So it's about the actual correction. And you, Peter Crone says this quote a lot, it's you not being in the illusion of living the highest version of your limited self. So we want to break through the ceiling. There is no limited self for you. You can be more. That's what we're conveying to patients, so you can be a doctor. We want to be much more than pain.